What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction series from Heroes Reforged. We are starting Dune Prophecy. For those who are uninitiated, this is set like 1,000 years before the two Dune films that have already come out. If you haven't seen the first two Dune movies, it's okay. You don't have to. You should eventually get to it though, because it's going to talk about and deal with a lot of the history that we're going to experience in this show. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm a pretty new Dune fan. I think the Dune movie that came out, the first Dune film from 2021, was like my entry point. I had seen the original Dune film from the 80s once in my life.
That's wild.
It's got its ups and downs, but Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2 are absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really excited to jump into this and just to get a little bit of more backstory set in this universe.
Yeah, I'm probably in the exact same boat as you, Adam. The only difference is I've also read the first Dune book. And I want to read more of the Dune books. I just haven't had the time yet. I need to go and I got the soundtrack for the first Denis Villeneuve movie. It's amazing, Hans Zimmer. And then he did like a second album of like, here's stuff I was just like working on while I was tinkering and figuring out the score. So here's this.
Big deal.
And then like, I want to reread the first Dune book and then go from there, because the follow-up is Dune Messiah, which I heard is most people's favorite. Like the Dune story. Jump. Yeah, no, I think that Dune and Dune Messiah is not a big time jump. Then I think after Dune Messiah does do big time jumps. And then I don't know if this is based on a specific book or not, because after Frank Herbert died, Frank Herbert's son continued a lot of the writing with maybe a co-author or some other partners or something. So this might be one of the Frank Herbert's son's prequel books that, as far as I know from the Dune fandom, is kind of like mixed reception. So there's some Dune heads that are like, we only like the Frank Herbert, but he didn't technically finish his series either before he passed away. But we like his like 7 or 8 books or whatever it was that he wrote. Yeah. And then there's a bunch more. When you, depending on who you ask, it's like, yeah, it's all canon and we sort of accept it or we don't. And this may be, there's prequels, there's sequels, there's stuff that takes place 10,000 years after the first Dune, and then also thousands of years before Dune. So it's a massive world. Again, only having read that first book and only kind of talking to fans and experts about the whole thing, I think there's a lot of potentiality with this series, it being about the Bene Gesserit. But, you know, Denis Villeneuve's not directing this. So we're going to see how it turns out. Like, I'm like hesitantly excited. I'm like keeping my guard up, but I'm in.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I'm right there.
I think that's fair. I think that's absolutely fair. Those movies are masterpieces. They're modern day masterpieces. And it's what got me. I don't think if anything less than what Denny did would have come out, I wouldn't have been as into the movie. Like if the movie was, the material's dense, it's kind of hard to follow, but Denny presented it in a way where it was engaging and thrilling, and it felt like it, like I've said this 1,000 times, but I kept telling Adam, I was like, feels like a new Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Like an amazing, well fleshed out universe that is completely immersing you in this whole universe. And so it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, look, it's on HBO, and Penguin just completely laid the bar for amazing television that sticks to, is as good or better than the movie material. So it's all pointing in the right direction. Let's see if they can, you know, keep up the world that Denny made. I don't know. I'm excited for this though. Super pumped.
For sure. Of course, guys, if you want to watch it along with us, check out our Patreon. We have the uncut reactions for all these episodes. Plus, we have a reaction for Dune Part 1, and we'll eventually get to Dune Part 2 again, because I would like to revisit that. That's such a good movie. But I do want to echo what Hector said, though, about Denis Villeneuve not being involved, because it was originally him and John Spates kind of developing this project, and then they basically handed it over to a new creative team. So yeah, like it is gonna miss a little bit of that. But Lauren LaFranc did an amazing job taking whatever she pitched to Matt Reeves and making it her own, and really expanding the Gotham universe, the Batman universe really, really nicely. So I hope the creators were able to do that, and that, you know, again, it's 10,000 years before. It doesn't have to look exactly like the Dune movies, but make sure that it kind of feels like it can exist in that world. So we'll see. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Down.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Previously on Penguin.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing with the Bene Gesserit, huh?
My mom's a Bene Gesserit. Oh my god.
That's a very sinister quote.
Interesting.
Victory
That's
celebrated
it's
in
very
light,
bleak.
but one in the darkness.
When humans rose up against the thinking machines that had enslaved them.
Sick.
Whoa. Was not expecting that.
No, not at all. Boom. Localized.
Damn, that Atreides lineage goes far.
Yeah.
When war ended and all thinking machine technology was banned, history branded my family as cowards, and so we were banished to a desolate world.
Alaska. Interesting.
And I, Valia Harkonnen, would set out to...
Oh, a Harkonnen.
Interesting. So far, the VFX look fantastic.
So I broke free from the past and chose a new family, made up of women unafraid of their power.
Okay, we're just getting right into it.
There, I met my true mother, the first Mother Superior, Raquella Berto Anirul.
Raquella?
But those who held power were inherently driven by violence and greed. They required more than just guidance.
I love that.
They required transformation.
There's a lot info being dumped on us right now. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, you're just reading the book to me at this point.
She amassed a vast genetic archive.
Oh, shit.
She would use it to foster the right royal unions and cultivate rulers we could control.
It's like basically engineering the perfect being, right?
Some among us would view this breeding as heresy.
So there's already infighting.
And I would stop at nothing to carry it out.
Okay, now the story starts.
That is why, in her final moments...
Oh, she made her?
Oh, dang. Out here I was getting ready for Mother Superior to be like a character in the show. Oh, that sucks. This woman's like, Grandma, you're calling for some white woman on your deathbed? What? Come on, talk to me. I'm right here. Dorothea. I also feel like this actress, who is apparently our lead character, I know it's not the same character, but she looks like a younger version of that one Bene Gesserit who did the pain box test for Paul Atreides.
Yeah.
She looks like she could be her younger, but it's a different character.
Yeah, I
agree. All of these women in the circle could look like that, though.
Exactly. Like the great grandmother.
Oh, wow.
Is that a worm? Yeah,
sandworm.
baby.
You gotta love them.
Yep, that's a sandworm. Wow.
Ew.
Jesus, Lord.
That's gnarly.
This is this season on Dune Prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. What the hell was that?
That was Uatu the Watcher, man. He's watching.
Mother Raquella always said we could not be split in our purpose. What she foresaw as a force of unimaginable darkness could destroy us completely.
This lore's so dense, like, you really have to force yourself to pay attention to it all.
Yeah.
I had to convince my sisters of what was true.
The main character, when she said she saw it in Mother Superior's eyes.
Yeah.
We must keep pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human.
This comes across as evil to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit, right?
Mother Raquella urged us to use every tool.
Humility. The mind of man is holy.
The mind of man is holy.
I mean, even in the films, I never considered the Bene Gesserit, I wouldn't say evil or good. Like, very, like...
They just have a plan. They just have a plan.
Most would run from it. I would walk through it. That is why Mother Raquella chose me to lead.
Like, clear intentions, but a little ambiguous on exactly their position until you really get into the weeds of the stories.
Why do you need access to the breeding index?
The Codex.
Destroy it!
Mother Raquella didn't share your beliefs, nor do others aside from your faction of zealots.
Because I did not want to fight with her on her deathbed. This is us playing God, and we will be judged for it.
It's interesting to see people within
I honor my
the Bene Gesserit being like,
for this great work of her.
we shouldn't do this.
I beg of you, don't do this. Dartea!
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Oh, God. Jesus.
That's scary.
A new skill I've been honing.
Oh, so
this
this
is the first
not
use
even...
of it.
Oh, wow.
It's called Karening. I will become the most powerful Karen in the universe.
I will never bend to you.
Then take out your blade.
Whoa.
Drive it into your throat.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she's the bad
God
guy.
damn.
100%.
That's one way to enact your plan. Jesus.
Yeah.
So
We're like-
already, just like the beginning of this whole idea of this character or of this prophecy is already built on the most uneven belief and shenanigans.
Yep.
Would forever be damned to the wrong side of history.
Well, yeah, you made her kill herself.
But my truth lay in prophecy.
Is the narrator the same actor, or is it a different,
We don't know
Different
yet.
actress.
older
We don't know yet.
different actress? So this is a young version of this character, of Harkonnen. Sisterhood above all. It's crazy. I also want to point this out. This is crazy. HBO show, 10 minutes in and we've killed 2 black women. What are we doing? What's the rest of the show look like? What are the demographics, HBO?
We'll see.
$450 years later.
Yeah.
That was
what
in
are we
years
gonna do?
later.
30.
Okay.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Dang, that's still
okay.
not that long ago.
Yeah, wow.
116 years. 10,000 years
10,148 years. Jesus.
before the birth of Paul Atreides.
The Denny movies.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how
They're-
long their long game is, the Bene
Right?
Gesserit. They
It's crazy. There's so much conversation too about like, will Timothy Chalamet show up in the show? And I'm like, well, it's 10,000 years before. I
Yeah.
feel
No.
like you don't need to
won't.
show clips from Dune Part 1
No,
to sell
not at
what's
all.
happening, you know?
No.
Like that title card did everything.
House Barik and House Kamali have put in requests for a truthsayer. And House Harkonnen has put in a 4th request.
This is definitely going for that Game of Thrones vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very clear.
Definitely
for sure.
feels like it.
There we go. This is the lead character.
Mother
Okay.
Superior Valia.
Valia. Oh, she's Mother Superior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell House Harkonnen no for a 4th time.
No.
Mm.
Aren't you a Harkonnen lady?
Excuse me, Sister Avila.
Interesting.
But maybe I'm sure the show's going to tell us why that just
Yeah.
happened. This
Right.
this rejection for Harsh Harkonnen.
House.
Hars Harkonnen?
Harsh Harkonnen, firefighter.
That's the princess's half-brother. He has no claim to the throne.
But he has a claim to being a
He's a
hunk.
claim on you though.
With great wealth and idle hands.
Well, good to know that we're as a species still thirsty in 1,000 years.
Yep,
He's got a
yep.
claim on that thing.
One day I'll be her truthsayer and sister-in-law.
I think the whole point of her coming here is to be her own truthsayer.
This episode is called The Hidden Hand. I mean, that's the whole Bene Gesserit's deal.
Houses. Lord Constantine, there will be no risk to the
In the next 10 years here, we need to take precautions. Orders.
Whereas here, she will be treated as every...
Too fucking bad, bud.
I had to try.
Shall we?
That's a tricky, risky game you're playing there, buddy.
You wanna slit your own throat? We
Yeah.
can make that happen.
I wish we still had to sign stuff like that.
Matter in the prefrontal cortex. Do you know what that makes this man?
A criminal.
A survivor.
Yes.
Beings rely on lies to survive.
Oh, I know this actress. She's great.
Signs that we work to perceive in truth-saying.
It's clear you have a...
I'm gonna pay attention to that shit now when I talk to people.
Today. Class is dismissed.
I love the baller status of being able to walk into a classroom when you're like the principal or like the, to be able to be like, class dismissed.
This time next week she'll be ours.
And in 10,000 years, we'll finally be in control. Uh-oh, Salusa Secundus.
Huh.
I think, wasn't this in 10,000 years? Wasn't this the crazy Harkonnen, like...
Harkonnen world?
Yeah, it was all messed up.
So far, it's done a good, and I know it's like for story reasons too, but just even from a production standpoint, it's done a good job feeling like it could fit into the Denis look.
Yeah.
Not the blade. The eyes, they can lie, but this will tell you where your opponent's heading even before they know.
Weird to hug your brother like that. I'm gonna be the first to say it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very odd.
Don't do it.
Very odd.
Don't do it. Weird to hug your
She
sister
did
like
that,
that.
and I was
Don't
like,
do it.
I'm gonna know.
How many episodes is this season gonna get, Adam? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think it's 8.
As a royal wedding present, House Richesi gives of Carino a newly built fleet of boats.
Hey!
Look at this son of a bitch.
Falcone.
Finds the terms to be acceptable.
A fleet that will know no equal.
This man can literally just be a chameleon in any franchise. It's ridiculous.
That having our own wing in the palace might position.
Ooh.
That wasn't part of the arrangement.
Your Majesty, but your issues on Arrakis aren't going away.
Yeah, and they won't for 10,000 years.
Would you let this small ask?
That Duke should have been played by Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. That would have been way better.
He does give off those vibes.
Your issues on Arrakis will continue unless I get a wing in the palace.
Must exert power over yourself. Your mind and body must be within your control.
This is cool that we're watching this show right now.
Then can you discern the truth?
It's another HBO show about powerful
right?
women. We're watching Game of Thrones all over again.
Imperial prison. Thieves, swindlers, con artists.
It's like Will Smith doing training in Men in Black headquarters.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's giving me Mulan vibes. Let's get down to business to control the Imperium.
And is to deceive.
He lies. This man is a liar.
Honestly.
These were the best you could find.
Uh-oh.
It's like they're practicing their force power.
Yeah.
Sister, tell us, why are you here?
Story. Father sold me to a man who made his money peddling the flesh of children.
Jeez.
Jesus.
I'll spare you the details. Until he got sloppy. I slit his throat in his sleep.
Good. Good for you. That's cool.
Then I went home. And did the same to my parents.
You know what?
Oh.
Honestly, straight up, fair. That's fair.
Damn.
The looks on your face.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh.
It belonged to my mother. Made by the wanderers of Harmonthep. It's a symbol of strength. Show a little more of.
It's weird how English people say strength.
Bring those sorceresses to wandering.
Strength.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a G in there.
Why not? I hear Privet Richesi is quite charming.
The boy is 9.
What I will. I'd make him younger if I could.
Well.
How you want to marry who you want.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll marry the 9-year-old because we're not going to do anything before he's 18. So she's like, I can do whatever I want.
Master.
I'm getting what I want.
This show is horny.
I just don't want it. Truthfully, I just don't want it to go the way of Game of Thrones because it's so different.
Right.
But I haven't read any of the books, so.
It is, but people like the drama, man. People like to watch royal houses vie for the power of the throne.
Can't you deal with it?
He survived.
Duncan, Idaho. Desmond Hart.
It's a great set design.
Really nice, yeah.
Oh, this is absolutely their
Duncan, Idaho, yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Absolutely.
More than one.
Well, what's this actor from? Is he from Vikings? What is he from?
It's everything. I have come. Because I'm the...
Ooh, he's a little cuckoo crazy.
Oh.
The attack on Arrakis.
Oh, there they go.
She's
Manipulating the story.
Yep.
It was theft.
His story is true.
Yeah, she's just checking him.
Yep.
I wasn't informed.
It must be an incident.
Damn, dude, I wish I had somebody like Kesha helping me in my life. That's great.
You do, Hector. Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I could get an assignment here at the palace. Your talents. Join us.
Is this the party where I end up with my guts on the floor, or will there be beer?
Do you think they're gonna pull a Oscar Isaac in this and like kill off Mark Strong?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Maybe I'm reading the show wrong too, but it seems like Mark Strong is either in on it, or he's also he's just being straight up manipulated, and they're just shaping the story to whatever they need it to be, which would be on point.
I'm not quite sure what the touching of the fingers means yet. So,
well, I think how they're like using their ability.
Yes,
but does that mean she's manipulating him or just reading him? That's what was not clear.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good point, Agustin. Actually, I so far take it as she's just reading him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's lots of worms in this show. Oh,
jeez. I'm so good, guys. I'm hanging on for dear life at this point. I don't know what's going on.
Hang on. She's apparently experiencing the same visions that Mother Superior, who died in the opening, the older woman, experienced like on her deathbed. You know, that's the whole thing. This show is Dune prophecy. They could set up anything, and it may or may not pay off in this show. This is a 10,000 years away from Dune type of a thing.
It could all go wrong, and then it all has to be recorrected later.
A child held captive for years. But the moment
She's not like a princess. I'm definitely, after this show wraps, I'm definitely going to rewatch Dune Part 1 and 2. We should do Part 2 together.
Yeah.
And then, like, read the first Dune book and then go from there. I'm hoping this show is like Rings of Power. Like, it just fleshes out. It just gives you more background information about the world, and then you can go and experience, like, Lord of the Rings again. You're like, oh, yeah, cool.
That makes sense.
Sure. I think the one big difference is just, like, how massive of a time jump it is from this to the movies.
That boy comes with a fleet of fighters, which I need for him.
there was a time when you took...
We remember things differently.
Oh, that's not what you say, buddy.
This is a crumbling marriage. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst thing you could have said there, buddy.
Yeah. Well, and also again in like you look at it from the perspective of everything's being manipulated. So what is the actual truth of like all of these people's lives?
Sure. If she can be... When was I ever tamed?
If you asked our mother.
It's kind of refreshing to have them just openly talk about what they're doing.
Is this Kesha's return? Kasha's return?
Whatever trepidation you're feeling.
It's not trepidation.
Yep.
Faith in a plan that has been decades in the making.
What if this plan of yours causes the very thing we seek to prevent?
I see.
Why did you... Remind yourself of your purpose.
Telusa Secundus.
That's what we agreed. Marriage that makes it possible.
Is this character, Kasha, she was one of the young women that was in that little circle in the opening that was like, we have to put a woman on the throne.
House Richese.
Richese.
Looks like Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. What are we doing here? What show is this? And then Kylo Ren. Guys, I just want to go play my N64. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. This kid just wants to get back on his iPad.
Yeah. Someone hand me a juice box, please.
Those socks.
Your Majesty. Sure. Your royal love.
Oh, right.
Lord Pruitt Richese.
Worst name.
He just sounds like he's going to be an asshole.
In royal wounds.
Okay. He's 9. Relax.
He's 9 years old, guys.
Oh, this is the wedding that's happening today? That's crazy.
See if Princess Inez truly is the one we should put all our hopes in.
Yeah, just double check your work, lady.
Did you carry the one? Is the sun coming up? Oh my God, this kid. Get out of here.
What do you do? You don't actually have to speak. Father says this is just a formality.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Delicious.
Now things are making sense. She saw that rotten pomegranate in her vision.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is awkward.
Oh my God. This kid.
These monsters are eating the seeds just like that. You don't spit out the seeds? Oh, this kid ain't having it. He's like, I want my iPad. I need my iPad.
Oh, Christ.
What am I supposed to do with a grown woman? I need my iPad.
That's funny.
The finest in the known universe.
Whale fur.
It's there. It's simple mathematics, really.
I'm sure you're right, Baron Harkonnen. Let me think.
Huh.
I regret it. And whale fur never goes out of style. It would be incredible for your uniform. Untapped value of whale seed.
Oh my God.
Its medicinal benefits.
Would you excuse me a moment, please?
They're making the Harkonnens look so gross.
Yeah.
This guy's in the wrong franchise. He needs to go to Avatar Way of Water, dog. Go to that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have there?
Skittles, get away.
Napoleon, give me some of your tots.
Yeah, exactly.
Truthsayer.
Not yet, but I know a liar when I see one.
Get your own tots.
Let's see.
He pulls out a bloody rat.
Oh. No, some sci-fi shit.
Whoa, what the hell?
Dude, that's way cooler than an iPad.
Oh.
That thing has blue eyes like that. The vision they're seeing.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to be the Jason Momoa guy. Yep.
Yep. Duncan Ida Bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a knife.
Is that like an assassin thing?
I don't know.
Technology is forbidden.
Oh, just the tech, just having the tech.
Wow.
Step aside.
Don't tell me you're all afraid of a little talk.
Let's all just calm down.
No defeated thinking machines.
Oof. It's an AI lizard.
Let's be sensible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a T-1000. Don't make your wife look bad. Don't make your wife look bad.
Tomorrow we will find the manufacturer of the.
Overlook this transgression.
Not siding with your wife again, bro. It's not.
She gonna go with Duncan Ida, bro.
Like, what am I supposed to do with this thing?
You pull something like that again, and I'll stab you myself, you little shit.
Oh my god.
Oh damn.
Oh man.
All right. So it's like that, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, it's cutthroat as hell in this Dune world.
Yeah.
Our plan holds. I checked the genetic archive. Inez is the right choice.
Okay.
I'm wondering if, when all this is over, Kasha should hear with us on Warlock 9.
She's closer to the Emperor. We need her influence. You can't keep picking pieces off the board just because they disagree with you.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Something tells me she might be lying about this for some reason.
That'd be interesting.
Either that or she's like reading it wrong.
Yeah, that could be very possible.
Yeah.
Is that fair? She's a princess. She's never known fair.
Duh.
We just passed the load.
We're not going.
We're going to Home Depot.
Yeah.
In that case.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sniffing sand?
My
What are you
drug
doing?
is done.
It's fucking
booger sugar.
Snort up, baby.
Was it kind of glowy blue, or
powder.
was I just imagining that?
Could be.
It was
I think
some kind of color.
Could be
Yeah.
spice. You know, spice makes your eyes all trip out.
Yeah.
Is that refined spice? It wasn't just raw spice.
That's the fine spice.
Mm-hmm.
Majesty. Are you all right?
Yes, it's nothing.
Honestly, bad security. That the Majesty here could just be unattended. Sorry.
Religion is my wife's refuge. We believe her.
Somebody's gonna kill that little boy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's like, hey, did I
Funny
just hear
you
that?
should say that.
Funny you should say that, because I got a big old knife right here.
Yeah.
The show was like, we got the budget for one episode of Mark Strong, right? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool pods.
Super cool.
Yeah, here we go. The
This
Dune
is your
Club.
vibe, Adam?
These are the
Yeah.
Dune tunes, you know what I'm saying?
DJ, spicing my crack.
Uh-oh, we got some HBO boobies.
Oh my
Watch out,
God.
everybody.
Aha, blue eyes.
Oh, Fremen.
Okay.
Want to share?
You trying to tingle his jingles? Come on, what are you doing?
Everything okay?
Oh, he's in Atreides.
Are we good?
We're good.
This is Paul's great grandfather.
Yep.
Maybe, unless he dies right now.
Yeah. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Are they out here doing some manipulating of their own? Like, what's going on here?
So interesting. It's not things that I was expecting to see in this show.
Yeah.
But it's HBO, so I guess Anything goes.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, just like, I don't know, maybe there's a big audience in the new Dune films that are like young fans, younger people, teenagers,
Oh, yeah.
Who are be like super into this part of the show.
I'll be in another world.
But yeah, they hired some young hunky actors, and I'm like, okay. Whatever helps. We'll see if it works.
She's gonna have his baby. Watch.
Oh, and it's gonna ruin everything. I see. I remember as a kid thinking HBO was a boobs only channel, by the way, because you were almost always guaranteed to see boobs on HBO.
Oh, he dead.
Oh, Mark Strong dead?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just having a nightmare. Yeah,
I remember
situations.
Remember Duke Atreides woke up and then he was like romping around and then all of a sudden he got murdered.
Yep. Very similar situation at night. It's a little info chip.
It's one of those Kenner Star Wars action figure files. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got Anakin Skywalker. Oh, is this the proof of this attack?
That's when Duncan, Idaho comes out of the sand.
Yeah.
The truth. You're gonna find out the truth.
Okay, that's a Fremen warrior. So they called
and
the
he's surrounded
sandworm.
by
This child is about to get murked on this show.
Seriously.
Dead, murdered.
Be okay. I promise. I'm here now.
Oh, Lord.
It's easy to break into your house. Anyway, come here, kid.
I couldn't sleep. I had a bad dream.
You're about to have
no
dreams.
Get even
dead.
worse.
Yeah.
You're about to have a dead dream, kid.
Night, night, sweet prince.
You're a real soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You here. There's no war here.
What many see, waged by me that has made themselves come here to do our thinking for us.
But the machine wars ended ages ago.
Not the machines.
I know. And that is why it is so troubling that we are being controlled again.
He hates the Bene Gesserit. So he lied and this was a Fremen attack. And he's just saying it wasn't. Oh, man. But I think now he's realizing that Kasha lied.
Right.
And said, oh, he's telling the truth. It wasn't a Fremen attack.
He's realizing that the story's being manipulated.
Yeah.
To win a war requires sacrifice. And yours, it won't be in vain.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Huh?
Whoa. Whoa. What is his power? Melt someone from the inside out?
He's boiling them?
Jeez. Literally cooked him.
Whoa. He's just got a microwave in his head.
I didn't know he was literally going to be cooked. I didn't know it was actually going to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally.
they're realizing something wrong has occurred. Something not good. Oh, God. Is that Kasha?
Oh, man. Kasha's dying?
Oh, did she feel it too?
You know what I think it is? I think that this dude, this Jason Momoa guy, is somehow poisoning them. He poisoned Kasha before she left. He poisoned this little boy somehow.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That looks painful.
Jesus. Okay, next. Oh my God, little embers coming off the body. Nasty.
Oof. Oh, we saw that in the vision.
Yeah.
Burned alive. Spontaneous combust.
Jesus.
So the vision was true. This lady's wrong.
I see, Mother.
The burning truth.
Nice.
Oh man.
The galaxy.
That was great. Stressful, but great. Oh, a lot of info. A lot of info.
I was gonna say, I think so far the thing that I'm pretty impressed with is it was a really big info dump in the beginning, and it made me a little bit worried about how the show was gonna handle all that material. And truthfully, like there's still I feel like this is one of those shows that I am going to have to watch again as it premieres on HBO, because I think it's going to help with multiple viewings to just really like focus in on all the details and put all the pieces together, because it is very dense material, and like we're getting pieces of it, and you know I'm starting to understand most of the context, but there's still little things here and there, and I'm like, okay, I feel like there's might be some details that I might have missed, but I'm not as worried anymore about them dealing with really dense lore. I feel like it's doing a good job. You know, I think the beginning intimidated me, but I'm not really worried about it at this point.
Yeah.
Will we see more flashbacks with that early younger cast of characters? You know, maybe because they cast them in the show, and we'll see if they're going to play with time the way that a lot of modern TV shows do, is they'll be like, oh, this is the present of this character in this world. This is the past. This is the future. Westworld did the same thing. That was another HBO show. But I am impressed with this show, but I'm also like, okay, it's first episode.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite grab me, obviously, as much as the Dune films, the new Dune films.
Sure.
And I don't know if I'm going to be as into, I mean, it's tough because there were parts of this episode that were certainly like, I'm losing interest a little bit. It's a little bit boring. It's a little bit, you know, a little dry, I suppose, but things haven't really gotten going. And I don't think I had the exact same experience with Penguin, but I think we all 3-4 episodes into Penguin, we were like, holy shit, this is what the show is ultimately going to be doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Whereas this is not only playing with a lot of lore, not only does it have an ensemble cast, you know, and with something that is so far removed from the Dune films that we're familiar with that it kind of doesn't matter. But then again, it does matter because the Bene Gesserit, like, they're so important, and they're gonna potentially set up that there'll even be a Paul Atreides and Paul Atreides' sister someday. But even with that, the question boils down to, like, do you like these characters? Do you just like spending time with these characters for this hour, for this however long 8 episodes this is going to be? And so far, I don't dislike it, but you know, frankly, there could have been stuff to kind of grab me more. And I don't know if it's just the nature of how they decided to break down this season. Oh, you don't worry. By episode 3, you're going to see, like, this is the big ambition of this season. Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm in. Or don't worry. By the finale, it's going to be a real twist you're going to not see coming, or something super, super memorable. Because right now, it feels like a lot of sci-fi TV that I've seen. It feels like, what was the name of that show? Foundation on Apple that I watched the first season of with Lee Pace. I didn't love it. that one also had like a great production value, and then just like kind of big heady ideas that I was like, I don't really know if at the end of the day I like these characters enough to want to live in this world. But the thing that this has going for it is that it is connected to Dune, and I'm interested in Dune. I'm already in on the Denis Villeneuve movies. The same way, you know, we were looking at Penguin like, well, we already did the Batman with Matt. Like, we know what we're getting into to a degree. Yeah, you know, some of these characters definitely made us think of and evoked the feelings of, this is the Jason Momoa character, this is the Oscar Isaac character, this is the, you know, Rebecca Ferguson character. And I really like those characters in the movie. Will this sort of dollar store Jason Momoa be as compelling in this show? We're going to find out. But I'll just say that, like, I'm really excited to be watching this show with you guys. And I'm interested to see what this whole season is going to offer. And when we're done, we also got to get back to Star Trek, boys, because this is giving me Star Trek vibes. Like, we got to get back to it. I mean,
this is the great granddaddy. This is the great granddaddy of it all, right? Look, I will say, it's dense. At the beginning, I was completely lost and I was really struggling to hold on. But I felt the exact same way watching Dune in theaters. I had no idea what the F was going on. There was a lot of stuff that's unexplained. Specifically like the bullfighter thing, right? Like they barely touched on a little, but it felt like strong imagery in the movie. So at this point, I'm just going to feel comfortable in the fact that I don't know. And it's the job of the show to prove to me that what they're putting out there is going to pay off at the end, right? So I'm a little bit lost, which I think is kind of what they want us to do. I could be completely wrong by the end of the show, but I'm going to trust that hopefully this team knows exactly where this is going. Hopefully, you know, like everything that we just saw is going to pay off at the end, because I'm sure, just like everybody else, they're aware of the content they're pulling from. Like it's just heady, nerdy, like uber nerdy stuff. So
it's uber sci-fi, like
uber sci-fi, everything. Just
this is one of those shows,
highest level.
This is one of those shows that feels like the previously on is always really welcome, because like they'll show you an episode, you'll be like, oh, crazy, this thing happened. And you don't exactly quite know what they told us. We saw Mark Strong looking at the hologram and it's like, okay, Mark Strong, what information did you just learn? Like we were talking out loud. Does this mean that dude was lying and Kasha like covered for him? Or we don't exactly know. And then in episode 2, it's going to say previously on Dune Prophecy. And it's going to just show you the highlights of the previous episode and what the characters learned. And we're going to be like, okay, cool.
We're going to pick up from there and be like, oh, okay, here's the explainer.
Absolutely. I mean, it feels like by the end of this, he knew he was going to be manipulated because he hates witches. So he left the information there so he could really see what was going on. How did he survive the worm attack? I don't know. But it's going to be cool to figure out, you know, what happened. So, I'm putting it together. It's only episode 1. There's still a whole lot of stuff. There's still 7 hours of footage to go. So, let's see where it goes.
Yeah, and I do have to agree. I do agree with Hector. It like, I wouldn't say I was bored, but there's definitely moments where I'm like, okay, we're kind of dragging this along a little bit. I want to just kind of get into it a little bit more, because again, it's really hard to compare. And we did it with the Penguin when you're comparing the show to the movie, but it's impossible to not compare, because Denis' film, as dense as it is, basically from minute 1, I was already in. And I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that the movie starts and you see Rebecca Ferguson, Timothy Chalamet, you see Oscar Isaac, Stephen Henderson McKinley, you know, like you see these actors that I already know, so I'm already in. With Emma Watson, Emily, it's not Emma Watson, it's Emily Watson, I think. Like I know her from other things. I know Mark Strong, but everybody else, I have no clue who these actors are. I haven't seen them in anything. So there's a lot more, like they really got to win me over a lot harder than some of the other actors have. So for the first episode, like, I'm in and I want to see this story through. And then I feel like by the end of the first season, I'll decide whether or not I'm invested enough that I would want to keep going with another season. And or like truthfully, if there's even interest from not even just like our fan base, but from Dune heads, like are they going to be into it enough to want to see it through to multiple seasons? That's always the big question with these shows, because they put so much money into them that they're going to look at it at the end and go, can we justify a second season or not?
Right.
So we'll see. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this first episode of Dune Prophecy? Check out everything else that we're watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Heroes Reforged is gonna react. Heroes Reforged is gonna review. Heroes Reforged is gonna discuss. That's why we are watching